Upon further questioning, she revealed that she talked to her friend who talked some sense into her. His girlfriend's friend told her that she was raising a man-child and that she was acting like a replacement of his mother. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to go over an article titled, Internet Backs Man for Kicking Out His Girlfriend Who Refused to Cook and Clean for Him. And a big shout out to Derek for sending me this story. And guys, this article, which somehow I missed, because it's obviously it's less than a year old, but it's not recent. It's all about a guy who ended up kicking his girlfriend out, his girlfriend of 3 years, because she refused to cook and clean going further. Now, at first, people might be appalled by that, but the story is, this woman never had to work. Their agreement of the relationship is, she lives with him in his place, and he works every day, he's got money, he takes care of everything. All she has to do is cook and clean. That's it. There are no kids, nothing like that, just keep the place looking good, and cook, and clean. And then one day, she started acting differently, pretty much saying, I'm not going to do this anymore. And you're going to find out the reasons why she didn't do it anymore. It's not going to come to a surprise to you. So after a lot of back and forth, he eventually said, okay, well, our agreement is now obviously is being breached. So you're not upholding your end of the bargain, so get out. And he sends her packing. And as you can imagine, a story like this went viral online, wondering if he's the a-hole and all that. So that'd be a pretty good one to do. And I got to tell you guys, nowadays in the modern world, 2022, all guys, at the very least, should know how to go to the grocery store, get what they need, because there are still guys I know that can't do that. I kid you not. Cook, basic cooking skills, do your own freaking laundry, do dishes and all that. You know, a man should be able to do that shit in 2022. However, if there's a deal worked out with your girlfriend that you're going to do all the working, the 9 to 5, the grind, and all she has to do is clean and cook, okay. But, and by the way, if the situation was reversed, same deal. But she didn't like that. So watch how this whole thing turns out. So it starts off, it says here, one man recently took to Reddit's Am I the A-hole forum for relationship advice, after his girlfriend told him she was sick of babying him by doing all their housework and cooking. The post generated about 10,000 upvotes and 2,100 comments in 24 hours. As readers contemplated one of the most common conflicts in modern-day relationships, the division of labor. I'm sure that was a very, to no surprise, those numbers, hot-button issue. The anonymous Redditor, known as such and such, began by explaining that he and his girlfriend had been together for 3 years, but she had changed a lot in the past 2 days. Despite not being married, he described her as a stay-at-home wife, who maintains her household while he works. He's quoted as saying that she was very good at it over the last year, did all the chores and cooked amazing food, so I was fine with it. I make enough and have an inheritance for both of us anyway. However, things took a turn on Friday when he arrived home and found his dirty clothes on the couch and no food, as she had already cooked and eaten for herself. I was surprised at this, he wrote. When he asked her why, she reportedly told him that she was sick of babying him. Upon further questioning, she revealed that she talked to her friend, ding, 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 who talked some sense into her. His girlfriend's friend told her that she was raising a man-child and that she was acting like a replacement of his mother. So, this friend of hers influenced her. Now, this friend of hers is either an effeminist, and pretty much is telling her what effeminist would in a situation like this, or perhaps, and knowing darn well it caused turmoil in the relationship, or it's possible this so-called friend was jealous of the arrangement she has, because probably the friend has to work and wanted to cause friction to sabotage it. Or maybe this friend's jealous that this girl has a man and she doesn't. Who knows? But I don't think it was just cut and dry doing this out of the goodness of her heart. I'm sure the friend was probably jealous and wanted to cause a division. That's what I think. He wrote that since she does everything, all the household stuff, cooking, cleaning, laundry, etc., and I hardly know how to do that, I was just being a leech and using her as a maid. That's a bunch of crap, but this guy should know how to do it. I mean, for God's sakes, it's 2022. A man should know how to do the basics. He doesn't have to be a gourmet chef. He doesn't have to be like these guys on Top Chef, but he can learn the basics. And if a guy doesn't know how to do that, he can ask his freaking mom. He doesn't have a mom, he can ask his aunt. He doesn't have an aunt, he can go on YouTube and learn the basics. Okay? I know a guy, a friend of mine who's 50 years old, just in the last 2 years, he's finally learned how to cook. So if he could do it, this guy could do it. And of course, learn how to turn on the freaking dishwasher or the laundry machine and all that. Put away the dishes, cleaning, all that. But if that's their arrangement, then, she's no longer doing it. Why should he pay for anything? He says, I was shocked that she believed all this crap. And we had a huge fight. Next morning, nothing changed. We kept fighting, and Saturday evening, I told her she would have 10 days to leave the apartment and find herself a place. Hey. If she's not going to live there for free, she's not living up to her part of the bargain, her end of the deal, then she's not going to live there for free. End of story. Now, I could say this, that this doesn't mean that she has to work 7 days a week and never get a day off and be cleaning and cooking 24/7. No, I disagree with that. But if she was doing this 5 days a week, and maybe a couple days of the week he, cooked one freaking meal, emptied the dishwasher or something, that's reasonable. She shouldn't have to do this 7 days a week. I agree there. I think 5 days is reasonable. But if she's not doing anything, and he has to pay for everything, that's bullshit. So he's every right to toss her out. I told her I wouldn't be her father anymore and be paying for everything, and she'd have to make arrangements if she was going to continue behaving this way. Remember, she said that, hey, I don't want to be your mother. Well, he can say, okay, I'm not going to be your father and pay for everything. We fought and she left to her friend's place. He added, some friends told me I might have been doing a bit much by kicking her out. Well, those friends are obviously not in his shoes, in his situation, and they were probably more on the, let's just say, beta side. But remember, guys, I told you the most powerful thing is walking away or being willing to toss them across the line, and of course saying no. Watch how this story ends upon him kicking her out. For the most part, the Reddit community appeared to back this guy in his dilemma, arguing that if he works and financially provides for her, then she should contribute to the relationship by maintaining their household. Not the a-hole, one person said. You pay the bills and she does the household stuff. If she doesn't contribute, she doesn't need to live in your place that you pay for. Wrote such and such. Why does she think she gets a free pass in life? Well, she may think she gets a free pass because she probably has above average looks. Something tells me this guy is not the type of guy that dates ugly chicks. Now the guy says he has a job. He goes out to work. She has a job. She takes care of the home. If she no longer wants to do her job, she can go out and get a job. The current arrangement was consensual and not uncommon. Right, okay, you can go out and get a job and you can pay for half the bills and then we'll split up the cleaning and cooking and all that. Well, that didn't happen. However, others took issue with how quickly the Redditor escalated the situation by essentially ending the three-year relationship over the conflict. There should have been better communication on both sides before each side resorted to the nuclear option, wrote one viewer. Well, everybody has an opinion. At the end of the day, if he wanted to toss her out, that's his business. And obviously she wasn't on the lease or any of the bills. Several more felt that the writer's retelling of the saga may have been one-sided, or that he should know at the very least how to perform basic household chores. I agree he should know how to do it, but if their arrangement is that she does it the vast majority of the time so she doesn't have to work, then that's their deal. Your girlfriend was really good and then she automatically changed, questioned a viewer. Nobody automatically changes for no reason. My guess is your treatment and view towards her might have changed and how you live in your house might have changed. No, what changed is she talked to her friend filled her head up with all this nonsense, and you're treating him like his mother, blah, blah, blah. And that's why she had immediate change, just like that. It's because of her friend. And want us to question what her friend's motives are. Was her friend saying this out of the goodness of her heart? Friend was probably an effeminist, like I thought, or she's trying to sabotage the relationship because she's jealous. And last time I checked, there are women out there that will do that. They will sabotage their friend's relationship because they're jealous that their friend has a boyfriend or fiance or husband or many other things. It's not impossible. Another one says, she's been doing this for well over 3 years. You spend one weekend without it and you lose your mind. Also, you need to learn how to do laundry. Holy cow, added such and such. Even if I was a stay-at-home wife, I'd be bothered if my partner didn't even know how to do basic chores. No wonder she feels like your mother, and that's a big turnoff. Okay, then one can say, then he feels like her father, having to pay for everything. We can go round for round here. Yes, he should learn how to do that shit just in case. She shouldn't have to do it 7 days a week, but 5 days a week is reasonable if he's working 5 days a week. While the writer did not respond to Newsweek's request for comment, he did provide an update to his post, revealing that despite the vicious argument, he and his girlfriend have made amends. He came home, he wrote, adding that she cried and then apologized to one another. She said she would cut off the friend and asked me to forgive her. Aha! There you go. I'm backing the view that I say the most powerful thing you can do is walk away, or in this situation, kick them out. And here she is, a few days later, crying, saying, I'm sorry, I'll cut off the other friend. There you go. Worked out just fine. Perfect example. While the situation ended happily for the couple, conflicts surrounding the division of labor can cause serious strain in relationships, especially given the historical associations with gender roles present in heterosexual relationships, according to a 2019 report in Greater Good magazine. Supposedly, the division of labor often disadvantage women and have consequences for their well-being. While housework is unpleasant for people of both genders, women who are overloaded with it actually experience more depressive symptoms that they added. This may be due to the emotional burdens rather than the physical burdens of managing social life and childcare. Hey, look, cooking and cleaning 24/7 would suck. I'm not going to deny that. So I think a reasonable compromise is 5 days a week. And then a couple days a week, he can unload the freaking dishwasher. He can cook something. But those other 5 days, she's taking care of that stuff. And he's working 5 days and taking care of all the bills. And if this is not something that she wants to do, okay, fine, then she can get a job and they can split things up. End of story. And I gotta wonder if that effinist or the girl who tried to cause turmoil in their relationship, that girl moved in with her and was like, oh no, you're not living with me. And then off you go. Now here's a few comments from people that not gonna surprise you at all. One person said, there's nothing wrong with her being a stay-at-home wife. If that is her and their choice, then she's responsible for the household. If she doesn't want to be the stay-at-home wife, then she needs to get a job and contribute to the household, and they both attend to the chores. Either the friend that told her was acting entitled or was pot stirring, or the girlfriend was not honest about their arrangement to the friend. As would only be a case of entitlement if she worked outside the home and was also expected to do all the housework. Glad they worked it out, but they definitely need to work on communicating better. Well, yeah. It'd be better for her to talk to him than just have a strike. I'm not doing the laundry. I'm not doing the cooking. Didn't go anywhere. Didn't go very well. Another commenter says, okay, nice dog whistle, headline Newsweek. They are in a relationship. They had an agreement. He has a job and works, brings home the money, and pays for everything. She has a job, which is staying at home, keeping the house clean, and cooking meals. She decided not to do her job anymore. Another one says, if she had an issue, she should have spoken up about it years ago. If she was unhappy, she should have spoken up and discussed things like an adult. Her behavior was just that of a spoiled child. Friend was probably jealous of their relationship and wanted to cause drama. That's two commenters that said that about the friend causing a rift, stirring a pot and all that. It happens. Any women watching this know darn well that's some of the crap that women are capable of. And quite frankly, guys can do it too. And the last comment says, if she is only expected to put in as many hours of housework as you put in at your work, then it's fair. But if she's waiting on you 24/7, then she is a slave. Also, if you have a desk job, she is a housekeep, cook, etc., then she's probably tired when you get home, and she's still working while you are off. Does she get a day off? You do. This is not a business relationship. It is a love relationship. You sound like it's your way or the highway. And that was written by a woman. Well, that's why I think 5 days she's doing that stuff, and the other 2 days she can have off just like he does. I think that's a fair compromise. And if she doesn't want to do that, like I said, okay. She can get a job and contribute to a percentage of the bills, and he can do some housework too. But anyhow, it worked out. She moved back in, apologized, and cut off that friend who, in my opinion, was trying to stir the pot, just like someone said. Anyhow, guys, that'll be a good one to go over here. Whenever it's about housework or stuff like that, that always stirs up issues. But I like what the guy, how he handled it. He said, okay, if you're not going to do it, I'm tired of being your father and paying for everything. You can find a new place to live. Get out. And it's amazing how powerful that is. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me just think about this. Let me know if you think, was this guy the a-hole in the situation? Was he being unreasonable? I'd like to hear your opinions about this. I'd also like to hear the opinions of the ladies that watch this. I know approximately 4% of my subscribers are women, so you guys obviously are a lot more open-minded than most of them out there, so I'd like to hear your opinion on this. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.